That was good. That was really good.
Rick.
Oh, I'm gonna log out and come back in actually because I'm logged in as Richard. By the looks of it.
It tends not to matter though.
Rick, you're breaking all. You're fine. You're there. Don't leave us, Rick.
Oh, I won't leave. I'll stay then. Go on then. I'll stay. Stick around.
Because I've heard that before. You go, I'm going to log out and log back in again. Then you don't come back. I've seen it 1,000 times in American films.
You kicked me out, didn't you? So I couldn't get back in.
Oh yeah, we do remember that.
That's what they all say. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the RDAs show, episode 150.
Has somebody got it on in the background again?
My bad.
Fuck's sake!
Oh, he's done a Chris Scott McKenzie.
Fucking hell. Get the headset on.
I thought, that's a crazy echo. It's not going away.
Sorry, Richard.
It's okay. Welcome to the show, everyone. Episode 151, the day after the Lord Mayor's show. Well done if you managed to get through last week's episode. That was a lot of people in one place, but needed doing. On tonight's show, we have a very special guest. The one and only Mark Dolan. We'll be bringing him in a moment. We also have James from imasquonker.co.uk, Brad from Phobic Mods, Rick from modmaker.co.uk, and John from justadnick.co.uk.
Hello.
Just before we get into it all, let's find out what everyone's drinking out there in Ideal Show land. Bob Clark's on the old McEwen's.
Oh, you don't see McEwen's much, do you? I like it. Good man.
Not these days.
Not these days, no.
We've also got Giles.
Good old punk. Can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, that's the classic. Reese, regular alcoholic.
Oh, that's Leguanis, is it called?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's lovely.
That is a favourite.
That, when we were in Italy, that was what I was drinking. When we got to Rome, it made me. Oh, it's lovely.
We've got Brewdog.
It's good. I've seen that. Isn't that fantastic?
Can't get everyone on this week. Obviously, there was about 21 beer checks.
Good of them.
We're not mad. Ibby's in though. He did 2 beer checks. I don't know how that works.
Connoisseur.
He likes a beer.
Gilbert.
Oh, good man. Look, he's going
That's
in
a
well.
nice
Go
selection of juice, isn't it?
Yeah, nice.
And then we have Barry Miller,
I'm
everyone's favourite homie on the proper job. And we only have one official apology tonight. We have Sarah, who is stuck on a train. She'll be joining later on, but sends her apologies.
She will. It's very good.
Right, there we go. So, without further ado, should we bring on our guest host?
Well, you may know him from VT UK. You might know him from
Cash in the Attic.
You might know him from Jeffrey's Vintage Vape. You might know him from Krypton Factor 2003 with that remake.
He was one of the central robots in Series 3 of Robot Wars.
He was.
Not that one with the flamethrower, the other one.
Yeah. Without further ado, Mr. Mark Dolan. Yay! He even knows how to unmute himself. No,
he doesn't. Unmute yourself, Mark. He's not used to being brought in. He's usually already in.
He's the man who brings people in. He's not brought in. He's a bringer-innerer.
It was definitely Matilda as well.
Oh,
That's right.
Forgot about that.
Yeah. Well done. Top knowledge. Okay. I'll just throw it over. Let's just crack on. Brad, how's your week been? What are you drinking? What are you vaping? What do you have for lunch? How's your week been? What do you have for lunch? What are you vaping? What are you drinking? How's your week been? What do you have for lunch? What are you vaping?
It's a long Rick lift.
And if you could punch any celebrity in the face right now, who would you punch in the face?
Ooh. Oh, that's a fun one. Okay. Start with the first question. I'm still drinking water. I'm still on October. And
Are you just happy? Just because you're from Africa and you're like, there's water in the tap. Let's just have it.
Well,
Celebrate.
no, I would not describe my emotions over the last 18 days as happiness at any stage. I prefer my water to be in beer.
Oh yeah, it's good. That's the best way to drink it, to be fair.
In this format, there's no bubbles, there's no hops. It doesn't gel well with me. But I am getting skinny, so can't really complain. And I've drawn a blank.
You are looking very kind of. You do look like you've lost a few pounds, and you're looking quite.
Yeah, I don't know what pounds are, but I've lost 5 kilos.
No, you're wasting away, Bradley. You're wasting away.
His skin looks fantastic as well.
Yeah, because he's about 12.
Oh yeah, it doesn't count.
Yeah, it doesn't count. It's 12.
You're still on your first set.
I've got kids older than him.
That doesn't surprise anyone here. I am vaping on Old Favorite once again. I still have not been taken away from this. And we have a tiny little bottle of tea from James.
Oh, very nice.
I thought you were going to say just more random stuff from the back of the cupboard that you didn't know what it was.
I used the same bottle, but I've filled it up with tea from James.
Real tea, or
did he send it in a water balloon again?
No, when he sends in the water balloon, I can't vape.
Oh, okay. That's not a balloon.
Yeah, good week. Can't absolutely fuck all to say about it.
Okay.
So I survived it. Let's put it that way.
Lunch and face then.
Lunch and face. Lunch. I had a chicken salad.
Nice egg.
I did have an egg in it.
Good. It's a salad.
You know how cruel it is having
chicken
egg
and egg
chicken
salad.
in the same bowl. It's so cruel having egg and chicken in the same bowl. If I go shopping, I wouldn't even put them in the same basket.
You say that, but the tastiest way to eat them is marinated in their eggs.
I like it. You know, if you kind of got a batter a bit of chicken, like you're doing lemon chicken at home, you get to just toss the breasts of a chicken in its own unborn children.
Yes. And then roll them in flour.
It does go together. I've had a chicken and egg baguette before, and it really does work together.
You people are animals. Animals.
That was actually made for me by a famous chef, in fact.
Which did you put on the salad first, Brad? The chicken or the egg?
The egg.
Yeah.
The egg.
That's the right way around.
Because the egg did come first. Anyway, who would I punch in the face? Can I pick multiple celebrities as a group?
No, one.
No. Fuck. Then I'm
can't
going
just say Ant and Egg.
Dick.
No, I'd have to say it would be, and I can't remember his name. It's because he's a flat earther.
Ike?
No, some rapper in the States.
Oh, Kanye?
He's a flat earther, so he needs
some bloke off Facebook. Just some bloke off Facebook. He read something and he was like, "Oh, I'd punch you in the face."
And the way in which I want to punch him is it can't be described in English. It has to be said in Afrikaans. It's a hardlopende fucking poesklap.
Oh, that's pretty good. I like it.
Which the direct translation is a running cunt slap.
That is really good. 10 minutes in. Already hit the cut.
I had to squeeze that in.
Brad, pass it on.
Right, I'm going to throw this at James.
Hello.
How's the week been? What you vaping? What you drinking? What did you have for tea? And I'm actually going to keep the question the same. I want to know who you'd punch.
Who would I punch? Okay. Thank you, Brad. Thank you, Brad. Thank you, Brad. Week has been pretty good. It's been pretty good. Now I've got a touch of lurg, got the man flu, battling through it like a trooper. Got the tissues on hand just in case. That's nothing to do with the man flu. That's got Dolan's on the show though. Hey, so I put a bit of man flu. What I've been doing this week has been. I'll tell you what I've been doing this week. I have been filling my time with Black Ops 4. I've been playing children's computer games this week. It's been.
I thought you meant you actually been called up.
No,
Jace, get down here.
I can't. I've got a poorly chest. I couldn't possibly join the army right now. I'm sorry. Again, I've got a note from me, mum.
Sorry, sir. I left my army fatigues at home. I can't.
Do it in the skins, boy. So I've been playing Black Ops. I wasn't going to buy it, but I ended up buying it, and it's awesome. It's really, really good. That's what I've been filming the weekend this week. I am drinking.
As it looks, because I'm debating getting it as well.
You know what it is? I was like, I'm not gonna buy it. I'm not gonna buy it. I'm like, I'm sick of buying. I buy them, and then I'm like the last one. I didn't even play Infinity Wars. I didn't even play it. I played. Sorry, the one before that was Infinity Wars. World War II. I played Infinity Wars. I bought that, and I just played the Modern Warfare remix sort of thing. I didn't play Infinity Wars at all. But Black Ops 4 is brilliant. It's all online. There is no that story mode malarkey. I don't bother with that. I go straight online and then I never go back and I never play it. So it hasn't got that. It's got one of them MMO type. It's got the the player unknown battleground malarkey, the battle royale type thing. 100 players in a massive map. It's got that as a mode, and it's got a few other good. It's got zombies, obviously, and it is brilliant. It is absolutely awesome. I really, really, really like it. Top of the computer games. I don't care. I like it. I like it a lot. So that's what I've been doing. I'm drinking. I'll go vaping first. I am vaping on the Chris Scott Mackenzie KO, and on the top of Chris Scott Mackenzie's KO, that's not his. That's mine. Is a nuts. Some nuts on the top there. That's not my nuts. I've got a long-term
off for that, didn't you? Yeah. No, didn't do that.
What?
You got told off for that, didn't you? Putting your nuts on it.
I did. At the vape meet last weekend, we almost got kicked out, but we had fun. So that's 18 milli nuts. But I think it's a 1.5 milli air hole in there, and on there is, I think it's a drip kit from a Nada. I'm not entirely sure, but in there is the new one in my rotation, which is Dandelion Burdock from Jeffrey's Vintage Vape, which I adore. I'm also vaping on, same as last week. I've got the Lucas with a Viper V2 and a whistle on top, and in there is Nata Frambosa.
Yeah, that one. That's good.
Raspberry Nata. And then me staple, which is the IM356, again with a Viper V2 on top and a whistle, and in there is Tobacco Crunch from Concentrate. I am drinking inexpensive lager.
Inexpensive, did you say?
Inexpensive lager, yeah. Look at that. Inexpensive lager. Probably the best lager in the world, John. And if I would punch a celebrity in the face, it would probably be the people's favourite James Corden, I think.
Oh, yes. Good man.
I think
unfunny cunt.
And I don't think a judge in the land would prosecute us for it, to be honest with you. I don't think there's not a man, woman, or child who would object, and not a judge in the land who would prosecute us.
It's like a litmus test, isn't it? That should be a really good thing at parties when someone goes, "Oh, this is Frank," and you go, "Hello, nice to meet you," and then they go, "Oh, I'm John," and they go, "Oh, nice to meet you." And they go, "Do you think James Corden's funny?" They go, "Yeah." And they go, "No, you're not for me." Walk off.
Off you fuck.
Fuck off.
Yeah. So that would probably be, and it seems a little bit obvious, but if you only get this one chance, then why waste it? Why waste it on like Hitler or Theresa May when you could have James Corden? So that's that. Oh, what I had for me tea? Oh man, I was hoping they were glasses for me tea. I had a weird tea. I had a really, really, really weird tea.
Egg salad.
No, it wasn't egg salad. There was no egg. There was chicken. There was chicken. It was chicken. Right. Okay. It was chicken in kind of a white sauce, and some sausages in there, and it's a bit like you would have it on pasta. Like you put it on pasta, but we didn't put it on pasta. I did jack potatoes instead. It's a little bit weird. It's
That's
a little bit weird. It was nice. I would probably have it again, to be honest with you. But I don't know what it's
As
called.
soon as you said white, Brad's ears went like that.
Oh, the white sauce.
It was like, I'm interested. Straight away.
Yep. Okay, right. So that's what I had for my tea, and it was nice, and I would have it again. But I can't call it anything. Okay, let's have Mr. Mark Dolan, my little man crush. Mark Dolan, how's your week been? Lovely to have you on the show, mate. Absolutely delightful to have you on the show.
I get to
how's your week been?
You're going to be so jealous. I'm just going to film it.
Oh, I can't wait to see, because you'll be all the way down there, and then you'll up there. Oh, it'll be like a little chihuahua and a bull stuff. So is that even a dog? I've just made that up there. That's a new dog I've just invented.
Yeah.
So Mark, how's your week been? What are you drinking? What are you vaping? So we're going to stick with the same questions. What did you have for your tea? And if you could twat a celebrity, who would you like to twat?
I'm going to stick up for James Corden before we start.
Oh, don't.
Yeah, I don't mind him. I don't have a problem with
I
him.
mean, there's worse people you could
No,
twat.
it was celebrities. I think James is bang on. I like it.
Would you not want to go for a beer with him?
Definitely not.
No.
Really?
No.
I think he's a proper man's man.
Fuck, no, he's not. He's a public school, theatre school twat.
Fair enough. I'd quite happily be his Stacey. No, that's the wrong character, wasn't it?
Yeah, what's it? Nessa, I think.
That's it. No.
You look a bit like
Good
Ruth
knowledge,
Jones.
John. Good knowledge.
Wow, there is some serious Corden knowledge going on here. Yeah.
Good knowledge, John, for a hater.
It is. Well, you have to kind of see the one role that was James Corden playing James Corden, and now he plays James Corden. If you've seen him in other stuff where he's played James Corden, everything he's ever been in ever, he is James Corden. Yeah, it's great. What range? Not long range, because obviously you need to sit down, have a rest, get his breath back, because he's a massive fat fuck.
Anyway,
I'm not bothered about his weight. I just want to say I'm not bothered about his weight.
I'm just aiming for the open goal. I just don't like him at all. Sorry, carry on.
No. So what am I vaping on? I am alternating today. I don't tend to do that. All day carry, Olders Modos box, saver on top. And a tiny little coil. Vaping on elderflower and apple. That's a 50-50 12 milligram.
Very good.
Which apparently is available from justadnick.co.uk.
Hey.
Good man. Get that plugged in.
Also, now I got this a few weeks ago. And I know you either love it or hate it, but I really, really like it. The Orion from Lost Vape.
Do you really like it?
I don't think it's all that bad.
I don't. I was. That was the thing I was juggling with buying before I went on holiday.
Don't get it.
I heard the coils were. Some people have had bad QC on the coils. So.
The boards break. Break.
But Mark's got one and it works, and he's having no problems.
Luckily.
I used it solidly for 2 weeks. Only reason I came away with it because I was forced to use the 0.15 coils instead of the 0.5. No, sorry, the 0.25 coils instead of the 0.5. I really like the 0.5s, but I'm not a big fan of the 0.25s.
And it's what have you got there? 50-50.
I'm running 50-50 Cloudy Lemonade.
Nice.
And it's good as gold. If you run, you can run.
Are you up to your nick?
Yeah, I'm 12 milligram all the time anyway.
Oh, he's a fucking man, isn't he? Fucking good boy.
My 3 milligram days are gone. Yeah, no, I'm really happy with it. Like I say, I used it exclusively for 2 weeks, nothing else. That was it. Had no issue with battery life, no issue with quality. The pods were good. It's been dropped, it's been bumped, it's been knocked. It's I've got nothing
Yeah.
bad to say about it.
That's,
Oh,
that's
good.
actually
They are good.
really good to hear because I'm looking at getting one for myself for my trip to South Africa next month.
Fuck the 0.25s off. Just stick with the 0.5s. If you're a mouth-to-lung vapor, stick to the 0.5s.
Yeah.
But I did try the 0.25s with a 70/30 at 6 milligram, and it was all right. It just felt a bit wrong. It didn't feel right from a pod system to be direct lunging.
Yeah.
I'd like to see
only 30 watts max, though, isn't it? Anyway,
Say again.
it's only 30 watts maximum, anyway, isn't it?
Yes.
with a 10-watt booster. Though it's got a 10-watt boost, so in theory it goes up to 40 watts. I'd like to see a 1 ohm coil, a 1 ohm pod available for that. It would be that'd be perfect for it. Absolutely perfect. Get a little bit longer life, slightly more mouth to lung for my sort of start of vaping. Be good.
I'm also vaping on the SQ with a Haku on top. That was a Mun's cap. I don't direct to lung very often, but when I'm testing a new juice or development juices,
No, it makes. I do exactly the same thing. When you in the game, you want to know what everything tastes like all the way across the board, don't you?
So that's my 3 usages today. Beer, I am on Barcelona's favourite, Estrella.
It's one I've yet to try because I still blame Spain for. What's that? Oh, San Miguel. Jesus Christ.
That stuff used to give me a blazing headache.
That was exotic once.
Oh God.
Now we're
I
still
used to like the advert in the 80s. I had a great advert in the 80s. I loved it. Remember the advert? See, San Miguel, be there, San Miguel.
They make it down in Malaga, though. And if I remember rightly, I've driven past their factory down in Malaga before.
That is the best thing to do. Drive past it.
Yeah, I do carry on driving.
Like, give yourself.
Would a stray is a canny drop in it. It's a canny drop.
My week has been an absolute fucking nightmare. Loads on, nothing to do with John. John's was a simple one in comparison. Working on a new development line for us, but also working with a client. How much can I say? In the cocktail and bar trade industry, who is producing something to do with vapor and stuff. So we've been working quite hard on working with.
I might have heard from this fella, but we won't say no more.
What country did he come from?
I can't remember now. Is it something to do with a gun?
Yeah, that's all.
So intriguing.
Definitely find that out after the show.
You got me on that.
He rang me up. I think I had about an hour's chat with the bloke.
Oh, that's definitely him. That's definitely him.
Yeah.
So it's been a manic week. What was the next question? Would I have for tea?
Oh, would you have to?
I had, what did I have? Pasta, a mincy kind of concoction thing. Mince and macaroni, apparently. Yeah.
That's
no, I just shuffled it in knowing I was coming to be late.
That's a bit like a lasagna, basically, really, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much, just without the layers.
Yeah.
I like it. It's a bit like spag bowl. It's a bit like quite a lot of stuff, isn't it? Really.
It's as simple as you want it to be.
Who would you punch in the face?
Oh, I've got two. And
I don't know. He's tall and he's a guest. He's probably got quite.
He could do two in one go easy. Full power on both.
Oh, if I could have one on the end of each fist, then I'm all over this. The first one would be Donald Trump because
he's got a bit of a clout, definitely.
He's just a cockwomble. And the other one has got a big swingy jaw anyway, and I just want to either correct it or make it worse. And that's Gordon Brown.
Gordon Brown, that is random. You wouldn't even see it coming if you got it from the right side. Nothing.
Have you seen him talk? Have you watched his mouth and his jaw when he talks?
I just think he looks like a great big teddy bear.
Isn't he the fella who lamped someone for the egg?
Yeah.
No, that was John Prescott.
John Prescott.
Oh, yeah, it was, yeah. So Gordon Brown, I think he'd trumpet
That's
over
such
Trump.
a random politician, considering he's got all the power of nobody now. And
That just means the hatred runs super deep.
Yeah, it does.
It's
It
like
really
one
does.
of those faces that you just want to
It's long standing, isn't it? Long standing. Yeah.
Very deep.
But that song by the Stranglers about them was really good. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, it was good, that one, yeah.
Yeah.
They used to live in my village when I was growing up. Stranglers. It's true.
So I need to pass this on then.
Yeah.
Let's go to John then. John, what you vaping on? What you drinking? What did you have for tea? And who would you like to smash the shit out of?
I'm going to go with. It's quite good. Vaping on. I have got the RX-75 with the saver on top. Inside the saver is. I can't remember which way around it is. Yes, I can. It is crack current, 45 milligram Nick salt. It's good. Next up, I have got the billet box with a vape shell inside. And in that, I have got G&T crack.
Is that the one that leaked in your pocket?
They don't, honestly, mine's not leaked at all.
No, you had something that leaked in your pocket, though, didn't you?
No, that was somebody making a joke because I did a pocket check. People don't get stuff. It was an empty pocket. That was the joke. That's hilarious.
It's just a soggy in a pocket, then.
It was just a soggy. I just had a piss, you know.
Pocket dump on it.
Yeah, pocket dump. I had nothing in my pocket. That was the joke. So I just dumped my pocket.
Had a poop.
Way too quick without a swing.
Yeah. So G&T crack 45 milligram. And next up, I have the Turnwood Effects, the Bonner mod.
Ooh.
On top of that, I've got a Karma. I remember the name. I didn't have to unscrew it. On top of that, I've got a Karma. And inside this, I have Jeffrey's Vintage Vapes Cream Soda. This is very good. Absolutely delicious. I'm drinking the same as somebody wonderful. Was it Bob? Can't remember. But I'm drinking proper from St Austell's Brewery. This is very nice indeed. A quick sip. For dinner, I had leftover lasagna. It was ours. It wasn't somebody else's. It was leftover, and we froze half. And I had half with salad. That was very nice. Oh, how's my week been? Good, really, really good. But like Mark, it's been crazy, as it always is in these things. Not due to Mark. Just trying to sort out launches and things like that, and doing normal day-to-day business where you're trying to squeeze everything in at the same time becomes mad, and the day goes so fucking fast. It's ridiculous. I get in at 8:20, 8:30 every morning, and then you blink and it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It's like, oh, for fuck's sake, it's never going to get shit done. I remember I put out the last order this afternoon. 20 past 4, something like that, and just thought, oh, fucking hell, I can't believe it's so fucking late, and then jogged off to the fucking post office.
Did you have a tangerine for lunch?
I had an orange, an actual orange.
Upscale.
Whoa. Hey, James.
Yeah.
What do you reckon John had for lunch?
I reckon John, I think he might have had an indigestion tablet, the top of a packet of Smarties, and an orange. I think he probably had an orange. What do you think about that?
Yeah, he probably did have an orange of that.
Maybe half a pack of those small packs of Twig.
What do you reckon, Rich? What do you reckon?
I reckon he had a really small pebble, and he just sucked that for ages. But then someone gave him a 4X mint, and he didn't want it, but he didn't want to be impolite, so he had that as well.
I reckon he licked the flavoring off of chicken flavored crisps.
I'd never do that. Yeah. I have. It's that stupid thing. It's totally true. I have not eaten a crisp in.
That's why you're getting cramp.
That's why you
That's why you're getting cramp. Not enough salt.
No, it's definitely not. Crisps are the fucking devil. Don't eat crisps.
Yeah, I don't get cramp.
No,
I have 8 packs today.
They've got smaller, haven't they? Those multi-pack packs are just not anything.
fucking.
Don't even get me started on 25 grams.
They're going down and down and down. The size of the bags.
Anyway.
Bigger.
John, what did you really have? Carry on. Half an hour we're at.
I had a steak, a gangster steak slice from Tesco because it was 99.
Oh, the pepper steak one.
Yeah, pepper steak, but not the potato one. No, steak slice because pepper's got bits of potato in it. It's bollocks.
Oh.
But if you get the steak slice, it's got no pepper in it. So I had that. Well, then I had 3 macaroons and an orange.
Can't make it up, can you?
How many macaroons?
3.
3 macaroons.
But they're only little. Only those little ones.
Was it a pack of 3, or have you got some for
No,
tomorrow?
it's a pack of 6. Yeah.
You got some for tomorrow then?
Yeah, sorted. All right.
You can only get half a pack, and they're so small. Come on.
No, because I don't want to be a big fat fuck. I'm an idiot. I used to be big. I'm not eating any more shit.
You could easily have a packet of crisps. No. 3 macaroons, John. Your rules are all messed up. I don't get it.
They're not. The crisps, the bullshit. It's bullshit. You know the nutrition value on the outside of pack crisps. Bullshit. There's the sugar the second you fucking eat them. They're the worst fucking thing on earth.
Yeah, but it's only about a quarter of a potato in a packet.
Yeah, it's just literally a bag of shit. There you go.
No, it's empty calories, that's for sure.
Definitely. And the starch turns into it's awful. Anyway, who you want to punch in the face? I'm going to go with the people's choice, but I was going to go with it anyway. Somebody, I think Austin mentioned it as well. I absolutely would. If you put me in a room with no windows, I would punch this man in the face until I had a raw, bloody stump for a hand, and it would be Piers Morgan all fucking day. I wouldn't take a break for lunch. I wouldn't do anything. One-handed, not fucking bothered.
Even if you did it would take a minute, wouldn't it?
Punching the fuck out of him. He is a shithead of such epic proportions. He's always been a.
He's a wind-up, isn't he? He's constantly aggro.
Fucking absolute bellend. I have no idea. Him and Katie Hopkins. Pick her up.
You just said who I was going to say.
You still...
I was going to say Katie Hopkins.
Rick, how's your week been? What do you have for dinner? What are you vaping on? What are you vaping on? What are you drinking on? And who would you punch in the face? Oh, they're on the edge of their seats.
How's my week been? Week's been fine. I'm recovering with my back now. If anyone... You guys knew, but I've had a really bad back, and it's been better this week. It's been. I'm actually off painkillers now, which is nice. It's really nice as of today. So yeah, been good. I've had a couple of new bits in. Been making some drip tips. It's been quite fun. Yeah, so a couple of new bits in the shop, and ticking along as you do. What did I have for lunch? What did I have for tea? What did I have for lunch?
Dinner.
Lunch.
Oh, lunch. Go lunch.
Lunch. I took Annie out for lunch today. We went to the Turkish place, and I had a chicken sheesh with some bulgur wheat stuff, whatever that stuff is they give you.
We've been there. I've been there.
You have been there. The Hattusa one, yeah. Yeah, we went there, and I had these little courgette fritters as well.
Nice.
It was very nice. What am I vaping on? I'm vaping on that Goon. Oh, look at that drip tip. Look, I made that drip tip. Ooh.
That is muffus.
Goon on my parallel. Squonker with Voodoo Brew. I've got another Goon on the Dreamer. Richard sent me. Thanks, Richard. Really enjoying that.
A lovely setup. With
another new tip that I made today. And yeah, really enjoying that. That's really good. That's a good mod for the money. Really good. Can't knock it. What else have I got? One more. Oh, another Goon. I've got a Goon 22 there. Look, got another drip tip on top. Look, another one. Look.
Go over to modmaker.co.uk and get your drip tips. But seriously, you should. If you they're wicked little things, and you can do. I think you've given people an opportunity to make their own in a fantastic way. You know, even if you're me, I reckon you could do.
I reckon if you've got a drill, you can make a drip tip.
Yeah, I think
I'm making these on a pillar drill, and so I'm drilling a hole, gluing it on, sticking it back in the drill, and sanding it down.
I really do. I think it's wicked, Rick.
And in that, I've got my blackcurrant mix that I make. And sorry, I didn't tell you what I'm vaping out. Yeah, I've got to say thanks to Toby from Haystown Vapes in Canada for sending me over the Nata. And that's the Frambosa.
Toby, he's on his way. He'll be on his way either today or tomorrow.
He's going next, isn't he? Yeah.
# fuck you, Toby.
Yeah. So yeah, I've got that. I've got that frambosa in. That's only 3 milligram. That's all right. It's on a cloudy thing. But I've got the 25 milligram Nick salts also in the Nautilus 2 on there.
Do you like it there? 25 milligram.
Yes, fine. Yeah, I could vape it plenty. I could drip it. It's all right.
Yeah, it's nice. Not too. It's not too heavy, is it?
I just don't know how much whether I'd get a Nick head or not. I haven't as yet.
Yeah.
So
First thing in the morning is the way to hit Nick salts, and then your kind of feet go out on Monday. It's amazing.
yeah,
I have to sit down for my first vape in the morning because it can be quite heady.
I like that. It's my
Yeah.
favourite thing.
who would I smash in the head?
Yeah.
One person that it was going to be Katie Hopkins. So I'm going to choose someone else, and he hasn't actually done anything wrong, and he's been on television lately, and he comes across he's actually probably all right underneath all the plastic surgery. And that's that Rodrigo Alves, that Barbie doll, that Ken-looking motherfucker.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I do. I don't even know what he's famous for, but I've seen him.
He's famous because he looks like fucking Ken from. Let me share it. Let me screen share this bloke.
Yeah,
Look. Oh, hang on.
he looks like
Him.
a freak. Yeah, it's not good, is it?
See him? I mean, he ain't done anything wrong or anything, but what fucking idiot will make themselves look like that? Come on. I'm not being funny. I've got nothing against people being different, but he's fucking. It ain't all there. He ain't all there, is he? Let's face it.
No.
No, I agree.
With all that rubber and plastic, if you did punch him, it probably wouldn't hurt, but there would be a nice imprint of your fist.
It'd be like Chinese theatre, wouldn't it? But instead of a handprint, just knuckles.
It's a bit mean of me to say I want to punch you. I don't really want to punch. I'd punch Katie Hopkins. She'd get a blow.
And it doesn't count, does it?
I'd bust her nose. I'd bust her nose in. I would.
It wouldn't be what's it called? Battery, because punching a horse is actually fine. I checked.
She's just a horrible specimen of a human being, isn't she? Maybe Tommy Robinson as well. He's a cunt.
Oh yeah, fucking. That was a good call. Fucking get
Off time team.
Yeah, he's Baldrick as well, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, you can't put Baldrick.
He's a racist archaeologist.
Yeah, fair play.
That was way too fast, Richard. You fucking prick.
No, that's me. That's everything, isn't it? Yeah, right, Richard.
Oh.
How's your week been? What are you vaping on? What did you have for lunch today? And who would you like to poke in the eye?
Yeah, I was going to say Baldrick. Okay, so week's been great.
Oh, we've got a bit of an echo.
It's not me.
No, you got headphones on. Rick, speak. Oh, he's gone. Go again. Carry on.
Week's been great. For lunch, I had a tuna sandwich. I would punch in the face someone who was really mean to people. Probably, definitely.
It was your question. You have to come up.
But I'm not like that. I'm not really like that.
No, tough. You got it.
Linda McCartney.
All right. Les Ferdinand for what he did, allegedly, to the Blue Peter Garden. There you go.
I don't even know who Les Ferdinand
Well,
is.
that's
I'm
your
going to have to
issue.
Google him now, aren't I?
Yep. So that's all that stuff. Drinking a little Belgian number. I think it's Stella Artois. Stella Artois. That's very nice. I don't know if we've tried that. And vaping on stuff. The Pixie on the Surge.
That button on that thing. Fucking hell.
Put on that thing. Look at it. Look at its protrusion.
It's horrible.
It's growing. It's getting bigger. The button as I've had it. On the Ultex T80, I have the Bachelor X.
Fucking hell, it's a lightsaber, that thing, isn't it?
It's a thing and a half, isn't it? I have the greatest starter kit the world has ever seen. The new
T18.
Anakin Endura T18-2.
Mark Topp was raving on about that today.
Was he? I don't watch him.
Likes it, yeah.
Very
He says
good.
he's actually going to review it.
I think people do need to bother to make videos for those type of things when they're good, because it's good to spread the word, isn't it? And title the videos along the lines of "great for smokers" or something like that. But yes, it's really good. It's really, really good. It was already, I really like the original, and that is just even better. It's a really great vape. So that's that. Oh, in there, I've got the Nick Salt version of the Nata, which is excellent. Really enjoying the 25 mg Nick Salt. And then something a little bit classy, a little bit classier than that stuff. The Live Paw 230. From
He
Live
fucked
Paw.
up that garden in 1983, and you are still pissed off.
He didn't do it. I read it. He didn't do it.
I don't know. He was never actually charged.
Is that a game?
Genuinely had to Google
Is that a
it.
Game Boy as well?
No,
Game
no,
Boy Color.
no.
Game Boy Color.
I was
That's
thinking it
fine.
looked like, you know, when they say that you can eat Play-Doh, that looks like a kid who just went to town and then had a shit and then somebody put a screen on it. I like it. It's classy.
Yeah, it is really classy. That's what I was drawn to it.
Please
It's
tell me.
a real looker. It's a real look. You sort of mature in your vaping journey, don't you? And you just sort of go up and up and up. And this is
That
like,
looks like one of Mark's caps.
Stabilized marks your cap.
Sorry, Mark.
I got some socks like this once. Yeah, so that engine two, that's the thing. So that's that. Let's slide into the news. Subtly slide into the
Am I
news.
going in? I normally first.
Go for it, John.
Okay. Oh, this was just a quick thing that I put up there. It seems to be a bit of worry recently with people. It's really to dispel a myth. They kind of, every so often, this story comes from the social side of vaping. Social side? Yeah, that'll do. Facebook. Second-hand prices. They're going to the floor. What are we going to do? Yeah, it always turns out to be the same. It's always bollocks. But there's 2 points on this really, which is when people post about second-hand prices going down, they drop right down. If you're buying a mod to sell it in a year's time for the same money, quick tip: don't fucking buy it.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, isn't it?
That's not how life works. Buy something you want. Don't buy something because it's the coolest thing or something. Just buy it because you like the look of it, or you think it's well made, or
buy it, use it, and enjoy the bloody thing.
What the fucking who cares?
There's certain things that don't depreciate.
That has
Shouldn't
no
depreciate, or they'd be paying you to use it, I think.
Probably.
They already
I
are.
think, but then it's funny how on one side people are saying stuff's going down in price, but we all know that 350 mods, 18350 mods have had a recent revival on the mech side. And oh fuck me, I'm going to drop it and break it. The billet box Rev 4 and up has done the same thing, or it's bounced back up because there's new bits.
Is that your message then? Is that your message to the nation? Just hoard the stuff that's not selling at good prices.
My message is buy shit you want to buy, and who gives a fuck about the second-hand value? It's absolutely stupid. If you don't buy a car like that because you assume you just buy what the fuck you want. I have no idea I don't even understand. There's no message. The message is fucking don't be a fucking idiot and use your common sense, because who gives a shit? It makes no difference.
Yeah,
I don't care.
If it's already been vaped, it's worth half, in my opinion.
Okay, well exactly.
And if you get half back, you're bloody lucky, because it's just a bloody e-cig.
but if you're looking to get money back, then they're doing the wrong thing by even buying the mod in the first place.
Yeah, and throwing your fucking toys out the pram and saying, I can't believe it, I only bought it 12 months ago and I can't even get 75% of what I paid for it. Of course you fucking can't. Try and do that with your telly. You fucking idiot. You won't get shit. It's ridiculous. That was me. Just having
That's a good way to alienate loads of people to watch the show. Well done, John.
I'm only one. You could do 5,
There
6.
they go. Viewer numbers are dropping. Oh, yeah.
5, 6 of you could.
There
Just
goes
say,
the SV crowd.
You can all disagree. You can all say whatever you want. I just don't understand it.
I agree. It's mental. It's mental.
I agree
It's
too.
crazy.
Yeah. I don't to post about it. It's the most ridiculous thing.
It's a real fun. You rattle out the pram, isn't it? Sort of post. If anyone says
But
anything,
don't tell them to hold on to it.
No, keep it. I literally don't give a shit what you do with it.
Get it flogged, dirt cheap, and share the love.
Yeah, good. Give it away. Do what you want. Who cares? Rich,
What?
you're next.
Okay, let me check the notes. Okay, in the Telegraph, we had this very interesting article, a Telegraph business section. Market report, tobacco shares prove a drag as US regulators mull nicotine cap. Now, what is going on in the States is they're actually considering introducing a nicotine cap to traditional cigarettes. And they're very serious about this as well.
Yeah, it's been done before.
It's getting bounced around. But what is quite surprising actually is how far along they are with it, how much support it has, and the actual levels they're talking about.
Yeah, but we all know what it actually does.
I don't think it's a particularly great idea because the price won't drop and people's demand won't drop either. So
smoke more cigarettes. It's absolutely stupid.
Yeah, it's a potentially dangerous suggestion. However, I can also see how that would impact tobacco share prices because it's one of the first sort of potential legislations they've threatened that actually makes electronic cigarettes more attractive. Obviously, there is no nicotine cap currently on e-cigs, so you would actually get a better fix in a way from an e-cig if this went in.
We've done this, haven't we? We did it in the UK. There is a cap on nicotine on cigarettes, on combustible cigarettes in the UK, and there's a tar cap on cigarettes in the UK. Hence the I think I'm just trying to think. Brad's not old enough to know what I'm talking about. But when I was drunk, when I was a young lad, I used to smoke Marlboro because you got a bit of a kick in the arse from a Marlboro when you'd had a few drinks. But then they levelled the playing field, and Marlboro weren't stronger than Benson Hedges. So.
I liked my Marlboro Reds back in the day.
Back in the day, they fucking knock your fucking feet out from under you.
I couldn't smoke anything weaker. Those Marlboro Lights were just...
That explains why all the cigarettes here felt so much weaker than what I used to smoke in SA.
Yeah, they are.
Oh, yeah. And if you got some dodgy imports down the pub, they were stronger and all.
Yeah. Lovely.
But yeah, I just thought that's it's actually a really good article in the Telegraph business section. If anyone wants to go check that out,
Is it? There's a little bit. The conspiracy theorist in me says that I don't see why the tobacco companies would really be against it. I can see that being quite good.
They're not in a super strong position for annoying their client base right now, though. It's irrespective of how they feel about it per se, it is and has caused. It is being blamed certainly on a further share price drop for the big tobacco companies. So yeah, that's interesting. We'll follow that. We'll follow that through and see where it goes.
The tobacco companies are probably quite happy for it to happen as well because they'll sell more cigarettes. The smokers.
Absolutely, I totally agree. Mark, what do you reckon? You're gonna keep dragging you in now. You're being too quiet.
Yeah, I don't know. We spoke about this the other week, and I honestly don't know. I
tell you one thing that could happen. Right at the end of the whole process, they could just add a line to the end of the law that says "and e-cig."
Yeah, that's what I was just going to think, because they've added one to a thing for fucking oil rig requests, so they can easily slam that on the end.
Yeah, so I could see that as a thing, but at least it'd be a level playing field. I mean, that'd be crazy to reduce That would be really crap, actually, because imagine all new vapors having to start on 6 mg.
Yeah.
But they could do that. So I suppose we should be a bit wary. But it's very interesting. James, what have you got a bit?
A bit of news.
A little bit of news.
I have got a little bit of news. My news. It seems like a bit of a jokey news article that came out this week, but it's in fact very serious. It could be very serious news, but it's a little bit jokey. This is something that was in the Yankee papers this week, and it doesn't really affect us. I'm not saying it in this country yet. Anyway, this is the FDA warns e-cigarette company selling erectile dysfunction drug in e-liquid. This is Viagra e-liquid that has been.
You can't do it in the UK. It's illegal. That's why you haven't seen it.
Well, I think it's probably illegal in America as well. That's kind of the crux of the.
You can buy it. That's why they can do it.
So what you're saying, John, is it's over the counter in America.
Yes.
Whereas it's prescription here.
Yes.
No, it's over the counter here as well. The law changed in April. The law changed in April.
Viagra's over the counter.
Yes.
Oh, sorry, fair dues. Didn't know that.
Yeah. So it's same. But it was the FDA who's brought this to certainly to my attention. When I say attention, I don't mean attention.
I already knew quite a bit about it.
So this is I mean, it just goes to show Heisenberg probably isn't the only blue e-liquid out there now. It's a little bit. This is Hello Sig e-liquid company.
I think it's Leslie Phillips, isn't it?
Hello e-cig company. China-based, obviously China-based e-cig company that are putting the.
James has been a bit racist, in case you wonder.
It wouldn't happen in this country, surely. Bastard. So they're putting the drugs. I don't know how to pronounce the actual the drugs that are in there. Sildenafil and ta-da Lafil. That's how you pronounce them. Sildenafil and ta-da Lafil. In an e-liquid. I don't know whether it works. I don't know whether.
What do you think? What do you think about it?
What flavor is it? Prawn cocktail.
Oh, come on. We've got our sister site.
Monkey cheese. They got monkey cheese flavour.
We've got our sister site next week. We're starting. Just add Dick. We're...
But seriously, though, James, what do you think about it? Do you think wrong?
I think it's ridiculous. I think it's absolutely ridiculous. You can't put something that you've got to have a measured amount in an e-liquid. You can't put people are just vaping all. You can't put it. And then what are you going to do? You're going to then somebody is lung hitting that, and they've got a hard on for 3 weeks. That's not good. That's not good.
So that's what's happened, isn't it?
Okay, then. But how about then? What about CBD and things like that? I mean, anything where you've got something else. It's another form of delivery. I'd imagine if this was an American company that had come up with this new delivery device for Viagra, they'd be singing their praises.
CBD's fictional, though, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
And I don't think you can overdose on CBD. It's.
No,
I mean,
definitely can't.
I'm saying this, but nicotine you can totally overdose on nicotine.
Yeah.
But there is the delay between nicotine.
But you can and you can't because you can't. It's that thing. You can't. Fuck me. There's been so much bullshit about overdose on nicotine, and actually, physically, you can't.
Yeah, it's like strangling yourself.
Yeah, you can't fucking do it because you wouldn't be able to vape. You'd be sick. It's fucking ridiculous.
I mean, I don't know how long it takes with this delivery method from inhaling to being.
Yeah, but I think you're completely right. It's a different thing.
Do it in the restaurant while you're having your dessert, and then by the time you've paid the bill, you're ready.
The reports I read said that it lasted 2 days.
That was what I read. That was also what I read.
Friday night.
That's value for money, isn't it? I mean, if nothing else.
Be honest though, how many of you would try it?
I would not try it.
You know, just for shits and giggles.
No, definitely not. Not for a 2-day rock on. That's ridiculous.
It's not like that, though. It's not like that. It isn't like that, is it? Viagra's not like that. You're not just. Wow, you're not just.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Well, let me tell you, it's not like that. All right. It's not just. You're not just. Wow, the full time. That's not what it's like, is it? It's not what it's like.
I don't know.
Honestly, I don't know.
Well, let's tell you. It's like being. It's like being.
Direction. I'm ready.
It's like being a god. It's like being a god. That's what it's like. Anyway.
More about recovery rate, isn't it?
Pardon?
More about this. We've gone down a rabbit hole here, but
You really are.
I thought the main advantage was recovery speeds.
I suppose there is also.
I know we use green flag, but a lot of people use AA or RS.
Mugging yourself off a green flag.
Direct
Really?
line I've got is with the
And
insurance.
they've got a good recovery rate.
I don't know. I've heard bad things.
recovery rate is fantastic.
Well, I like green flag.
Just like it's not just it's AAA. It's AAA. It's more than just 2 years. It's definitely more than just 2 years. It's
You're definitely digging a hole, right?
anyway. That
was a funny one. There's a funny bit of news on it.
that's my news.
I've
Who's
got
next?
a little
Who's
something.
next? Yep.
A little something. Just a little something I've just thought of. So I've got to put it out there.
Yes, yeah.
Got to put it out there. Selling 510 connectors, okay? That's what I do. That's really what most of the business is, what I do. I'm getting a load of 510s coming back from one customer because they said the pin isn't high enough in the atomizer, in the 510, because all the atomizers haven't got long enough 510 section on there. I just want to throw it out there and say to all you manufacturers, for fuck's sake, a 510 is supposed to be 5 millimeters long. Okay, that's it really.
No, but I like that. But yeah, but it's meant to be 5 millimeters long, and then that's the 5 in a 510.
Yeah,
and the 10 is
10 threads.
Yeah,
because it's a 0.5 pitch, but obviously because of we all use hybrid mods and things like that now. It's safer to have the pin protruding, so they generally take a millimeter off of the threads and have the pin sticking out a millimeter.
That works as well. It's
still 5 millimeters long, and it will be fine in every 510. And
because if it's not 5 millimeters long, because I saw you'd added this to the group earlier, and you're completely right. It's not a fucking 510, is it?
It's not. No, I mean I've had somebody before where they're pushing insulators out of 510s, and I told them, well, measure the 510 section on your atomizer, and they say, oh, it's 7 millimeters, and it's like. You're getting, and some of these new little atties are coming out where people are using these batty boy rings, and they're like they must be 4 millimeters, and they're losing that little bit that makes connection with the pin, and it's all because some of these new smaller atomizers have got tiny little 510 things on them. So
I don't know how it's just got. For some reason, no one's just following that rule at all, though.
I don't think. You know what? I don't think many people know what a 510 means. Right. You know, that's what I think it is. You've got people making atomizers who don't even know what a 510 is. They're picking up one of their high-end atties that someone's made who also didn't know, measuring it, and just doing it the same. But no, it should be 5 mil. So make it 5 mil from now on, or there'll be trouble.
5 mil, 10 threads. Sort it out.
Being told off I've ever seen.
Should start some sort of campaign.
Yeah, standardizing 510 connector, so it's 5 millimeters long. You know, that's it really.
Very good. What's next? Oh, I'll tell you what's next. Rick, have you got the notes open? Can you share this webpage? Next one down.
Yeah.
Share that if you can. Basically, this is a very interesting article in the Metro. Actually, I saw this first on Dimitri, the Vaping Greeks Facebook page. Happy birthday, Dimitri, if you're watching. I know you do watch. Mother sues Jewel because her 16-year-old son can't stop vaping. Oh, you scrolled down a bit. A Florida mother has filed a lawsuit against e-cig manufacturer Juul, claiming her 16-year-old son is hooked on vaping. Barbara
Yanucci.
Barbara Yanucci of St. Lucie is suing the company after alleging that her son is now addicted to the flavored vapor and uses dual pods up to 12 times a day.
That, to be fair,
12 pods or 12 vapes?
12 vapes.
A very
12
similar,
times.
a very similar thing happened to me with heroin and my mum, you know, trying to.
She went and saw old Steve at the pub, didn't she?
Yeah, she was actually said she was going to
Yeah, they work with it in his ear.
It's
but it's Moorish, isn't it? Like Pringles.
Yeah, it's a bit like crack. It really gets you.
the interesting thing is she actually has a case. It is actually going through. It's going to actually see the light of day.
Yeah, but this is America where you can sue someone because their fart was particularly stinky. Like
Yeah.
this,
Yeah.
in all honesty, this is just a case of I'm too fucking lazy to be a parent.
I mean, that's the key, I think, and there's a lot of comments on the newspaper website and on Dimitri's Facebook where I saw it. There was a lot of basically that was the majority of the comments. You know, this is a parenting issue, really. You know, he's 16. He needs to do what you say.
They do it to get an out of court settlement. But I fucking hope Joel.
Let's play this because all right, Brad's only just had a kid. I don't have one, so I'm going to go left to right. James.
James has disappeared.
What would you just? What would you do if they're vaping Juul? Are you going to sue Juul?
What can you do?
You know, but it wouldn't pop into your head to sue Juul.
No. Of course, you cannot do. You cannot blame. You can't blame cigarette. You can't blame Cadbury's for fat people. You can't blame. It's dead apparent.
Could you get a letter back once you've sent it? Did he bring?
Pardon?
Can you get a letter back if you've already sent it?
Yeah, just ring right now.
Okay.
I think that's true. But actually, as a parent, Rick, your children are getting older. Statistically, that's a fact. What if you caught one with a Juul in a few years' time? Obviously, if you caught one with a Juul, how arsed would you be?
It doesn't. You know what? It doesn't. I'm probably got the kids nearest that sort of age that will maybe start doing that. You know what? There's nothing you can do anyway. You can only tell them they shouldn't, possibly. But they're going to do what they want to do. You can't. You don't. Tilly does a lot of stuff on her own now. What could you do to stop it? You couldn't do anything. So I'd probably be of the ilk. As long as you don't smoke, that's better.
I think that's the thing with this article and this mindset as well. It's like this idea that they're actually doing something very harmful.
Yeah.
Because it's been treated like tobacco addiction. It's a completely different addiction, isn't it?
Yeah.
How many people are addicted to caffeine in this country? It's just like
more people than people who smoke.
Yeah. And it's funny, I don't want to be stupid, but every Friday I get one energy drink a week because I'm a sad. That's why. So on a Friday morning, I'm always fucked because we've done the show. I wander into Tesco's and I get myself, I don't even know what it's called, can of blue energy drink. It's not Red Bull. I'm not meant Monster. What, sugar-free Monster. And I have to wait at the self-checkout for the lady to come over and say I'm old enough to drink it. It's fucking ridiculous. And then, but any other day, if I'm in Costa, there's a little shit in front of me. It's 14 and ordering like a triple decker mocha fopper fuckatino. It's got the same fucking thing in it, and no one gives a shit. I don't understand it at all. That makes no sense.
Yeah, it's just. I think that's the bit that gets me on it. Like she's really like it is like she's treating it like he's a meth head.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, end of the day, you can't control people.
Well, you can to some extent. If you
did your mum stop you smoking, John, when you were underage?
I didn't get the money from them. If that kid's dependent on you, you know, and giving them pocket money, the same as every fucking thing in the world. Don't give them any fucking money. That's the only thing you can do.
Yeah.
And that's it. But because I earn my own money.
Kids are resourceful though. They find their way.
Absolutely. I'm not that's the only thing I would say. But if she's saying, I don't know what the fuck she's saying, but if she says, if he's got no job and he's 16 and he's getting dual, then she's giving him the money, then don't give me fucking money.
I mean, we've had this. We had this a few years back with Damien, didn't we? And him having trouble with a shot. It's where did they get it from? That's really all you could find out, isn't it? To make sure there's no.
It was 20 years ago when I was. No, not even that. I'm older than that. 26 years ago. Fuck. No, not quite. 25 years ago when I started smoking. Everybody says things like, "Oh, well, how did you get around the ID?" You didn't. Because nobody gave a shit. He said, "Can I have 10 Benson edges?" And the guy went, "Yeah, I gave you 10."
Yeah, I'd go in the shop with my school uniform and buy my fags for the day with my dinner money every day.
Every day. Every single day. I remember saying to my dad, "Can I have 90p for lunch?" And then after the budget, saying, "Can I have 96p?" And he went, "Yeah, of course you can."
Have a quid, son.
And then off I popped to get 10 Benson edges. They get me through the day.
I don't know. I don't know. I feel like she shouldn't be too as worried as she is.
Get on a plane. I'd fly to a country that permitted corporal punishment, and I'd wallop the living crap out of her with my belt, with a flip-flop, with a shoe, with the handle of a frying pan, until the problem was over. That's how I was raised.
Yeah.
With a flip-flop.
Yep, so that's the thing. James.
Let's go real quick.
Yes, this is just a really quick one. This was something that popped up today. I've not seen the episode just yet. Last night's South Park episode 4 was all about vaping. We had a vape in South Park, and a chap who some of you might know, you might not know him. This is Joe Petner of Vapor Joe's and Mod Envy. He was on South Park last night. I've got a little picture there. Look, that's him there. Look, that's him there.
I don't know if anybody else knows who that is. Vapor Joe.
I mean, Vapor Joe and what's it called? Vaping Underground and Mod Envy, the YouTube show, which is on Vaping Underground.
Is that still going? Serious question.
I don't think so. I think I've not seen an episode of for ages, but I mean, it could be. I'm not. I only watch the RDA alone show, to be honest with you, Rich.
It's not worth watching anything else, really, and especially the UK, is it?
That's all you need. Oh, that and Vape Talk UK.
Not the other one though.
Yeah, and I mean, I listen to the Vaguely Vaping podcast thing. Listen to that all the time. But yeah, so this is kind of breaking through into South Park. There is a picture of Joe. I've got, which I've uploaded as well. If you want to see the comparison, just because it wasn't.
Oh, it's good.
Look at that, man! Look at that. He's got the same gear on and everything, and the same mod on his chain and everything like that.
Oh fucking hell!
I mean, if it was me, I'd be super duper chuffed. Absolutely, I love.
Who is this fella then? I've never heard of him.
This is Joe Pentner. This is Joe Pentner from
Whatever.
He does the blog.
I don't know.
He's world famous for being very polite and a very nice guy.
Yeah, apparently he is a great lad.
I've never seen him on YouTube or nothing.
And like I say, Vapor Joe's, it's a blog. It gives you like discount codes and tells you what the latest gear is. And he's not really he's sort of a reviewer, but it's not run by anybody apart from him. And it's
he's famous then. Famous.
As Dino mentions in chat, and probably what South Park guys did. That's the first picture that comes up when you search vape douche.
Yeah, I'll kind of give you that. That is probably what Joe's most famous for as well.
So that's not a perfect claim to fame.
No. It's not. If you're I mean, there was other things on the episode, but if you're South Park fan, then I thought it was pretty cool.
It was great. I totally agree. And as soon as I saw it, I thought it's Joe. Right, we're going to move on. Expo, the return, Birmingham next Friday, Saturday, Sunday. The NEC. Don't know what it's called anymore. No one cares. Everyone calls it the NEC anyway, so we might as well carry on with that. Expo the Return. I think it's just me and Richard as the Omi hosts, unless Rick's decided he's coming.
Oh, I'm not coming. No,
Okay.
I'm not. I'm resting up a bit.
Me and Richard will be holding up the Omi end of things. In all likelihood, if you can't find us, we'll be at the Witherspoons outside.
Craig will be going as well. There's an old
Craig, ex-Omi. He's still an Omi. He's not an ex-Omi.
And Dean will probably be there as well, I'd imagine.
Dean will be there. There'll be loads of there is going to be loads of people there, and it's really, really fantastic to see. When I've made posts asking who's coming, I've seen loads and loads and loads of people coming, and we'll have a fucking good laugh. And as I say, if you can't find us, we will be outside. I'm going to run a competition on next Thursdays. I'll talk to you about it on next Thursday's show, and then I'll post about it on the Saturday. And it's to do with Nata and Frambosa. You can win a kit of each if you're at Expo. Not everyone, like one person can win a kit of each from justadnick.co.uk. And I'll tell you all about it next week. Rich, you're next.
He's muted.
He is. E-Pro.
Hold on.
A pro.
Hang on a sec. Okay, next thing, Rick, if you've got a picture, is the True Mouth to Lung RTA from EH Pro and Nature Vape. This is a brand new vaping item.
Is it by Nature Vape?
Did you put some pictures up?
Oh, I tell you what, I haven't. But don't worry.
I don't know.
I will.
So Nature Vape, the
Nature Vape, the shop,
the UK one.
Yes,
it sells loads of cloney bullshit.
They do good coils, though, don't they? They used to do good coils.
They were originally famous for they converted. Was it the Kanga coil heads?
Yeah, they did that, and then they just started nicking other people's ideas and selling that, and then pretending it was something else. Oh, what a bunch of massive cunt fucks!
They had a really good name for a long time, though. They had a really good name for a long time.
Fucking shitheads. What have they done now?
They have worked with EH Pro to design the True Mouth to Lung RTA. This is brand new to the market, and looks to be a mouth to lung RTA. I haven't got any sort of internal pictures, but it's very similar sort of to the Aries deck. If you remember that one, the sort of S-shape clamp coil setup.
I do remember that. Yeah,
lots of very appropriate airflow options. Goes from I think 0.8 to 1.6 or 2 mil, something like that. Air holes, so lots of choice for your air. And yeah, it looks
very buildable though, and not a stock coil.
No, RTA, fully RTA.
Okay.
Sorry, I do apologise, Richard. Sorry, I didn't know it was going to be Nature Vape. So
I quite like that. I quite like the look of that, actually.
It would be interesting to see how it vapes, because it is so much to it with mouth to lung, isn't there? You know, it's so much more than just the size of the air hole.
Funny, doesn't he? So it does look like that.
Yeah, I don't like the drip tip. Oh.
No.
Oh, I like the drip tip. Yeah, I was like, oh, that drip tip looks nice. Never mind.
So we're definitely in an era of collaboration, and that's an interesting collaboration.
If they do one with billet box.
Yes, but yeah. So Nature Vape, they do have they're a mixed bag in that respect. But interested to see what that will come out.
It is such a shame. They had such a fantastic name for themselves, and then they started selling nicked off vape shells and billet boxes. I mean, if billet box is one of those things, whatever. I just think fuck Nature Vape in the face.
Yeah.
Anyway,
well, they got to keep the lights on.
Yeah, by nicking other people's shit. Sorry, I really put a black cloud. I fucking hate him. James,
hello. Yeah, I have got something that many people will be tremendously excited about next. This is a new RDTA. John, I know you love an RDTA. Here it is. This is I presume you pronounce this Pyro Geezer. This is the Pyro Geezer. This is from Franken School. Whoa! and no name moderator.
Sorry.
Oh, bless you. And this is not RTA. We've got very little information at the minute. I have got some pictures of the actual deck.
RDTA, isn't it?
It's an RDTA. It's a rebuildable dripping tank. Is that what it stands for? Rebuildable dripping tank atomizer? Yeah, it's not one, it's not the other. It's a hybrid of the two. It's going to have a BF pin, I suspect. We haven't got a lot of information at the minute.
I want to see what size A1 is. It hasn't got the sizes on there.
I suspect that's probably 5mm with the
10 threads.
Well, you'd hope so.
It's 4mm just to piss you off.
I think it looks less than 5. That to me. Now we can count 1,
Just a
2,
picture,
3, 4,
It's
5,
impossible.
6, 7, 8. Oh, it might be at about 5. Yeah. Hopefully they know their difference between 5.
I want to see. I do want to see it done, but I don't actually mind the look of that. I think that's quite. I like the industrially kind of look.
It's different.
We've got. I mean, that's obviously like a made-up type blueprint type.
You're always going to get something good from Paolo, aren't you?
Well, it's partly Paolo. It's partly no name mods.
This is where we're at, isn't it? Collaborations now. It's
the big thing. It's a big. You know, Rich. You've collabed.
Do you know what? I think he's a hell of a. One thing I will say, Paolo, he's a bro, isn't he? He's one of the bro.
He's a hell of a bro. You got to say,
a bro, man.
He is absolutely bro-tastic.
Bro-tastic.
I'm not sure whether he's fam, but he's definitely bro.
He's definitely bro.
Yeah. Proper bro fam.
That in case anybody is not aware of what's going on there, Paolo posted on his group, the Frank School page today. If anybody was to refer to him as bro, they would be removed from his group. I'll just in case anybody missed that today. And so for people who if you're thinking about just send them a wee PM dear,
just call him sis. Call him sis. That's what I'd do.
I would avoid it. Okay, so we have got some proper picks. Can we see the proper picks?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I didn't know.
We've got some deck picks.
This one.
Lovely. See, I mean,
it's a Genesis style one. Then it's
he's got mesh in there at the minute. You can see it's a dual. It's a
origin.
It is.
Now it was hard enough getting one fucking mesh coil to work properly, let alone two.
No.
I mean, they're going to be short. They're going to be short, stumpy meshes. There's not a lot of tank there, is there? I'm not sure whether this is. Would you reckon 2 mil there? But I mean, obviously, you can see
what that's going to be a shit to get in there. Mesh.
It's on a Franklin school less. So if you can see, it's got a bit of pin. So the fact that the tank is only maybe 1.5 or 2 mil is neither here nor there. I think it's a groovy looking bit of kit, to be honest with you. I quite like the look of it. It looks like it's got an Ultim tank as standard. I'm presuming they're gold plated. Positive pins there.
Gold plated just for pure bro factor.
The bros love gold plated. They love gold because you know how much extra conductive gold plating makes it.
That micro nanometer.
Yeah, super duper extra conductive with the. It's a funky looking bit of kit. It's a funky little bit.
It looks good. It's good to see something a bit. It's a little bit different, isn't it? Which is nice.
I suspect it'll sell really, really well. I think.
It will. They'll sell hundreds of these things. Fair.
I think the Franken fans. I don't know what you call the Franken fans. The Franken fans.
Frankatoids.
I think I think they will buy it in their droves. That's presuming you can get it. That's presuming you can get it. Hopefully, this is going to be.
No, there'll be a list at the events that you got to queue up. You got to queue up. I'd imagine.
I'd like to see it available to the masses as well. I'd like to see it available to the masses. So this is it's an RDT year. We've got very little information. It looks like it's going to be 22 mil, judging by the way it's sitting on there.
Anyone who's watching this and hoping for 90 minutes, forget it, because we've still got the interview with Mark.
Yeah, I mean there is 6 of us. Got Mark. I mean, yeah.
Oh, they love it. Don't worry about it.
Any more picks, Rick? Any more picks? Is that brilliant. So that's the Pyro Geezer.
Yeah, looks different. I like.
Who's next?
I like it. I do like it. We're going to go for the inevitable cartoon and kids backlash pick in folder. Somebody got the folder. folder? Anyone got the folder?
Yeah, I've got it. I'm just getting it.
It's the Times. No, I didn't pay to get past the pay barrier because I'm not. It's Rupert Murdoch. He can suck my dick. I probably couldn't, to be fair. He's quite old. Vaping brands target children. Manufacturers are marketing e-cigarette liquids that experts say lure children into nicotine addiction. Can you go down the 1 billion vaping industry, £1 billion vaping industry in Britain is today exposed for using cartoon characters and images of sweets, popcorn, and ice cream to market nicotine products that can hook children into addiction. A Sunday Times investigation reveals that vaping manufacturers exploit lax regulations, describe liquid nicotine mixtures for electronic cigarettes as sweet treats, and sell them online for £1. Nicotine liquids are supposedly banned from sale for under 18s because they are highly addictive and can harm children's brain development. But the tangy tipple being advertised on the website last week with lime zest and juicy pineapple chunks sounds like a fizzy drink that children will love. And I thought this has got a good one actually to bring Mark in on because you sell e-liquid and I sell e-liquid as well. And I think it's a really important point actually.
Kids do like dandelion and burdock. What do you have to say for yourself, Mark?
Adults like sweet as well.
Let me just set this up quickly because Richard spoke about this before as well. To a very large extent, the part of the industry that Mark sits in, just like Nick sits in, James sits in, Brad sits in, Rick sits in, Richard just sits at home, has sort of been controlled by the industry itself, largely.
Self-regulated.
It's self-regulated, and it's a moral decision as to what you do and how you do things. And I know, Mark, I know. For me, I've been sent liquids because you retail other people's liquids. You obviously do your own, but you obviously own a vaping shop as well. And I know I've been sent samples from companies, and then say the names or the graphics aren't anywhere close to something I would do, and I've gone no. I know I had a line sent to me last year. I'm just trying to work out like legally what I can say. And the packaging was something that was mentioned in that article, and it was an instant no. And not only that, I went back to them and said, just don't do that. You're gonna you fucked up. Burn it and pretend you never even thought of it. That is the stupidest idea in the world. And it isn't this, but it was very on the lines of the McDonald's apple pie packaging that we saw a couple of years ago. Sorry, and Mark, I'm sure you get stuff sent to you all the time.
Yeah, we get no end of shit come through to the shop, and I mean stuff that is so over the line that no one apart from Manchester would touch. No disrespect to Manchester, but we have a moral obligation as an industry to make sure that we're stocking the right and appropriate stuff. Now, I know I'm moral. I know the people I work with are moral, but not everyone's moral. That being said, I don't agree with the cartoon characters.
Yep.
But where do you draw the line at cartoon characters? Art is art. I went to reach for a bottle then to hold it up and say, well, that's almost a cartoon, but it's not fair on the manufacturer. I'm not gonna do that.
I'll use an example because I know it's something that the parent company I work for sells, and I know it's a very big seller in the UK, and I would class it as a cartoon character that is aimed specifically at an adult audience. And so I'm going to name Suicide Bunny as it's a massive brand in the UK. Suicide Bunny. They do short films, they do 10 mils. Not only that does not look like a children's bottle. It's
not at all.
There's no cartoon. It's not a cartoon there. So the point I think is, as Mark, you said, where did you draw the line? You've already drawn the line, because when you get it, you go, no, that's wherever the fucking line is, that's over it.
Yeah.
I'm not selling that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. What we've also got to remember as well, that adults might want sweetie. Can you bring the article up again for me? Just
yeah, I totally. The end bit's bullshit. I will totally give you that. Where it goes into pineapple chunks. Well, when the fuck did anyone say pineapple chunks?
You know, popcorn. Okay, IVG. I'm not going to talk about
that box. That box bothers me massively. That's stupid.
the popcorn box.
Yeah, don't like that.
I wouldn't say it's necessarily aimed at kids, though.
No, it's not. But it's
I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. It's imitating food, so
yeah,
that's
so you're fucked. Yeah, I agree. The left-hand one, I actually don't see the issue. It's got the warning on the front. I'm not overly fucking arsed about. For me, the branding's rubbish, but that's not the point.
Is the one on the left-hand side not the fact that is the Millions branding, or?
Oh, is that what it is? Sorry,
yeah,
it is.
It doesn't say Millions, or I can't say it's saying Millions, but I think that's the Millions.
That's the rebrand. It did say Bubblegum Millions. Oh,
okay.
Ah, right. Yeah.
But looking at but I think actually me looking at that cold, because I don't know that is true, then that looks like nothing. That doesn't look like a children's thing.
Oh, it's a tough one, isn't it? I mean, the whole food thing. I mean, why? It's not only kids that eat food.
Yeah, but it's the law. Yeah, but the law in the UK states that you can't have something that looks like food.
But that in itself is a bit of a daft law, really, because we all have flavours that are food.
But it's existed for it's far older than the vaping industry. Can't have something that looks like
it's a bit of daft rule, really.
You see, adults like sweet stuff. Adults like fruity stuff. Adults like things that taste of candy and sweets. And
I've got no issue with that. I think it's literally down to branding and us getting in the paper for. I mean, the examples they've used are actually poor, because there are way fucking worse.
Yeah,
we've all
I've seen
it.
much worse than them.
I've seen the Snickers. We've all seen the Mars. I mean, how the fuck would you know that? They should have used the McDonald's apple pie, which I know has been pulled, but it was the most disgusting branding.
No, the Nesquik one was worse than that. I thought.
Okay, that was
pretty bad. Yeah,
that was bad.
It was awful. Looked at you.
It was in a Nesquik box.
Essentially, yeah.
It was great. I bought it at Vape Expo the year before last, because I just wanted to show people what the fuck.
It blew me away. That actually blew me away.
It's really tasty, then.
a selection box. Selection box one at Expo was
the milk tray one.
Oh, well, the Cadbury's. Was it Cloudberry's? Cloudberry's selection box.
Insane, but it's just because obviously Mark gets to see this stuff, and I get to see samples coming in, and there's the odd one that's quite funny. It's now been rebranded, so I can take the piss. But Frontline always made me laugh every time I saw it, because I always bought Frontline to protect the dog from fleas. And
but now you've got a big yellow tank on the front.
Yes, I got a big yellow tank. What have they called it now? It's not called Frontline anymore, is it?
It's still called Frontline, isn't it?
No, they've changed the name.
Oh, have they?
Yeah, totally different name. Yeah, they've rebranded it. I will say, 4 days after the Manchester bombing, I probably wouldn't be at Expo the Return with
that grenade one,
flash grenades, and and sticks of dynamite. I'd probably reel that in a bit, but that's what they did. Yeah, I thought it was an interesting article anyway. But we're all singing off the same impact.
I actually had a company contact us about 8-9 months ago, and they were already having this juice imported. I'm not going to give the name because it is still available. And they came to us, Mark, can you we'll send the concentrates over. Can you mix it, bottle it, distribute it for us? Yeah, not a problem at all. Send samples in, and honest to God, if you was to put that tin next to the other tin, it was identical. The name, there was an I instead of an O or something like that, but it was a blatant rip-off. And I was like, I'm sorry, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
There is no way on God's earth I'm going to do this, you know, for personal reasons. Oh, at the end of the day, it could have been a 30, 40 grand job, but my morals are much, much higher than that.
Absolutely. You're just not even going to go there. And yeah, it's been self-regulated to an extent, and fuck the people who don't want to join in. You've got to, because we're right. That's the end of it. We're right. What have we got next? James.
Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, I've got a bit of a weird one. It's a drip tip. Have we got pictures, Rick? Yep, here we go. This is something that caught my eye this week. This is from Killy Customs, and this is the flute drip tip. And I just thought it was so unusual, and I'm a big fan of a whistle, and I've not seen anything like this personally myself. This is coming from Killy Customs. This is available really, really soon. At the moment, it is only for, now you can see there that's not a 510 drip tip there. What you put there is the Airlab drip tip from Killy Customs. However, there is very soon coming a 510 version of it, and I just thought it was so funky. I thought it looked absolutely great. You can see there's two versions. There is a wide bow, which kind of follows the flute shape, and then you've got just a kind of a regular bow, and it's kind of already appealed, isn't it? And that's the only reason I'm bringing it in. It's something a little bit unusual. It's kind of slightly. It looks as though the air hole is slightly offset. I don't know. I think I'm dying to give one of these a go, to be honest with you. And
yeah, that's right. Yeah, quite like. Look at that.
That one on the far left looks a bit too phallic for me.
If that's phallic, you should see a doctor, mate.
Looks like a she.
Horses for courses. But what is going on in group chat? By the way, what's going on? Who's John?
Hang on your keyboard, John.
so that's it's a weird thing to bring you. I've never kind of went, hey, look, there's a drip tip coming soon. But this just really kind of appealed to us. It's from Killy Customs. Like I say, it's only available for the Alab at the moment, but it's going to come out in the 510 version, and I will be keeping my eyes peeled for one of these because it looks absolutely great.
Yeah, I'd give that a bash.
Yeah, I certainly would as well. And that's that. I think we've got one more piece, but it's got no name on it. Tackling Vaping, who's
it's me. Oh shit. It's some kind of quite good news. I kind of doing this because I absolutely adore Thailand, and I'm going to have to try and find somewhere to paste this so I can actually use it. Keep talking, it's not working. It's going. Yeah, fucking bugger. Well, I'm not going to do that because it's not worked at all. No, it's not worked at all. What it is that a pressure group has decided to sort of attack the Thai government's ban on vaping, which has been going on since 2014. They've decided to kind of front up and say that if you want people to stop smoking, then you need to allow vaping. They've got a massive smoking rate in Thailand. All vaping is banned. The only people they're actually catching are tourists who are taking over their vaping equipment and vaping. And they feel that if it was taxed, that vaping could make up for the lost revenue of of smokers, really. And I think it's nothing but good news. I'd be overjoyed if they allowed vaping in Thailand. I think it's a huge thing to do. That was it. That broke today. If anybody wants to go and have a look at the article, it's on the atimes.com. I can't fucking read it, but that's fine. We're going to go straight into the Doland questions. Doland? I don't know who he is, but we're going to go with the Doland questions. I'll start. I'm sure somebody will join in. Look at that. He's readied himself. He's got his cap ready. Kind of start off. Me and Mark and I have been. I can't even know. Mark, I thought I know for like 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah. When Mark wasn't even in the industry, you were a photographer before, weren't you?
I was a photographer and a teacher.
A photographer and a teacher, and so I've known Mark since then. I didn't know he was a fucking giant. He hid that quite well. But I'm going to, so for everybody else who doesn't know, I'm going to say, how did you start in the industry, and why did you give up the day job, Mr. Mark Dolan?
The entry to the industry was Lindsay and I have been trying for a child for many, many, many years, and finally she got pregnant. I worked full-time as a teacher, lecturer. She worked full-time in a bank, and I didn't want Lindsay to go back to work after Litland was born. So that was how the business started.
I totally get that. I absolutely understand that.
Oh, we were both working stupid hours, absolutely crazy. So I set up Vape back then.
Because you're Leicester way, aren't you?
We are, yeah, we're Leicester. We set up, we were online only, and for my sins, we started off as selling cheap crap, just cheap devices, clones. We started there. We then moved very quickly into authentic kit, realized that there was a much bigger margin. Lindsay was literally running it part-time the best she could.
Yeah.
And then it came to the point where it was more than a part-time job. It was literally a full-time job. So I gave up work. We opened the city centre shop. Moved in about a year with the lab. Me and a business partner does the lab. We deal with drinks bottling, manufacturing drinks, obviously e-liquids. We've got our own.
You do the drinks as well. I didn't even know that. I didn't know that you were actually manufacturing them yourselves as well.
Yeah. They're ours. There's two. We've got two factories in Leicester. One side of the city, one city centre where the e-liquid and everything else is done. So yeah, it's quite a big outfit. It's not small. So yeah, we moved into the manufacture. We manufacture for other people. We obviously do all our own things. We've got the shop, which is under the umbrella as well, and we've also got another website that deals with our wholesale and distribution as well. So that's kind of my background.
So you went totally full force into it. What were you a lecturer of? I can't remember. I'm sure I asked you 3 years ago.
I'm an IT network and security specialist.
Ah, righty.
So I went from tapping a keyboard all day to tapping a keyboard all day.
Big move.
Absolutely. I'm gonna question number 2. It's quite a complicated question. I understand that. How has vaping changed in the UK since the TPDR was implemented, in your opinion? See, you've rolled with the punches though, Mark. That's the thing.
I have. Now I've got my personal opinion.
Go for it. You can
and I've got the opinion that I see and the opinion I should have. I think as an industry, since the TPD, we've absolutely killed ourselves. You know, you were talking earlier about prices, secondhand prices going down and everything else. You look at the price of e-liquid now, you look at the price of equipment now, both new and used. Mm-hmm. We've only got ourselves as an industry to blame for the almost stagnant market that we're in now.
But you do, but then as a sort of, as somebody in the industry, with what you do, to some extent, you fuck me. I don't mean this in a derogatory.
No, say it.
About myself as well. There are ways to take advantage of the way it is. You make your own market. You are making liquids that nobody can sell unless you make it. So
No,
you're not fighting anybody. You know what I mean? So I totally understand that. It's very funny how I'll say it from I'm saying this from a Just Add Nick point of view in a similar way that that I don't mean this in a funny way. When somebody says to me, "Oh, I get this term used sometimes, which is, oh, you were lucky." No, that's not true. We knew what was happening. We knew what was happening months and months and months before it happened, and you had, and there was a moment where where there was a swing in it, and you could do what you wanted to do, and Mark, you did do what you wanted to do.
Yeah, we did. I recently went back over our accounts to answer the first question about the TPD, TRPR. I went back and looked at our accounts in the months prior to that dreaded date,
Yes.
and then 2 or 3 months after that, and we did take a massive hit. Yes. But obviously everyone had gone and stocked up, and they were sitting on gallons and gallons of juice that they bought for £1.50.
That was really great. I just want to thank everybody who did 50-70% sale the day before. That was really handy. I think I'm being sarcastic. It was fine. It was expected. It wasn't like it was like, oh fuck.
You see, we didn't. We didn't. We did some sales, but at no point did I ever reduce stuff down to cost or below. I'd sooner, and we did, put stuff down the sink, hypothetically speaking, rather than give it away and destroy future sales. And I know that sounds cuntish and
no, because I absolutely totally understand that thing, because I'm really sorry to alienate everybody else in the chat, but me and Mark. But it was it was a really serious thing. When obviously as May kicked in, everyone in the industry was watching what was happening, and there were people who were realizing that their products were under. They didn't realize until the day before that their products were covered, and they knocked 90% off, or people were giving away bags of e-liquid for free just to get rid of it.
Yeah. I think we've come to the point now where it's probably leveled out. Okay, there's some crap still going on in the industry, but we're always going to have that. Whatever industry it is, there's always going to be those people. We deal with that, and like I've said to you both, James and John, as long as the vast majority stick together, we're all probably doing the same thing or very similar things. But you're in another part of the country to me. We can work together.
Absolutely.
Prime example is Dale and I from the Yorkshire Vapor. We do exactly the same thing. We both have retail shops. We both manufacture. But we're miles apart. We work together. We talk regularly. We help each other out, and that's the way it should be.
Absolutely. I think that's last week when we did the modders of the UK. Then one of the most fantastic things that we saw across the board was the fact that in the section of the industry we're in, people work together. And one of the things I've got have to just sort of wedge this in, because Rick wasn't on last week, we didn't really say this, and it kind of came up after the show. Sorry, Rick, I'm going to make you that guy.
That's all right.
We all spoke about this after the show when it was. He said to himself when it came up when we were chatting after the show to all the modders in the UK, the one person and the one company that made all of it possible was modmaker.co.uk, without a doubt. And it was the fact, but they all give each other advice, as we do. Because obviously when we've spoken at different events, Mark, You sell liquid, I sell liquid, Dale sells liquid. There's no fucking animosity at all. People think there's going to be something like we're going to be chatting. And then, but really what it is me saying to Dale, what can you get nicotine for? And, you know, and it's literally, that's the back and forth. It's not shitty.
Not at all. Not at all. There's, I know this industry can be quite cliquey.
Yep.
Very much so, but I'd have no issue picking up my phone and I did to you a month or so ago.
Yep.
And I did start the conversation. I don't mind you not answering this, you know, tell me to piss off if I'm overstepping the mark, but follow through with the question.
And it's not even it never even crossed my mind not to answer it every single time. Anybody asked me a question as you did at the time. Definitely, because I know what you do. You know what I do. Right, we're going to move on because I don't want to make everyone else fall asleep. Who's on the show? Best exhibition this year, best vape event of the year.
You know what my answer is.
Go for it.
Definitely Fest. Just unreal. I nearly didn't do this year. And I literally booked 2 days before. Wow. Literally last minute, picked the phone up, sent a few messages, got it sorted, literally paid him when I got there. It was that last minute, and it was the best decision, the best show. The show's always good, don't get me wrong. Last year wasn't great for us, but as you say, the show is what you make it. Rah rah rah. Financially, it was terrible for us.
Yeah,
I had a great time, don't get me wrong. Spoke to everyone I wanted to speak to, and it's great because all the business owners get opportunity 2, 3, 4 times a year to get together.
Yeah.
You know, there's not very often that, you know, me, Dale, John, and Paul are all in the same room all at the same time, and it's nice to get that time to sit and chat.
It absolutely is. And the other thing is, it's so fantastic to walk around a field full of your mates doing what they do, you know. And that sounds really cliche and really stupid. And this year there was lots of after the show, because I obviously watching BT UK after Vape Fest. There was there's those people who felt that you know, saying, oh, that, you know, there wasn't so many people, or there wasn't so many stalls. There was such an atmosphere this year. There was this thing of, there was all, it sounds really silly, but it was almost like it was really British. It was the optimum of fuck you. This is what we do. This is how we do it. And there were feet on the ground who had money in their pockets and they wanted to do the thing. And it made the difference. It really did. It was absolutely brilliant.
That show is the best take-ins we've done all year on a show. Again, okay, so there were less vendors. Okay, there were less people, but from a retailer's point of view, they all have more money to spend with you. And again, I don't want to come across as a cunt, but I own a business. I've got lights to keep on, as we said earlier. But no, by far another one that gets a high mention this year.
We had an absolutely fantastic time, and I've said it on the show before. We had a great time. We not only had fun, we made the money we needed to make, and then and we went out, which was absolutely great. Somebody's going to have to take over. Oh yeah, no, sorry, I've got to ask this question. Sorry, I wrote it because I thought it was funny. How many times a day, on average, do you get asked how tall you are?
Do you know what you get? It's not. They lead. So you'll get, you're tall. How tall are you? Followed by, is your mum tall? Is your dad tall? Is it true what they say about big men? How big are your feet? And I didn't know they stack shit that high.
That was good. That's good. How tall are you?
I'm 6'9".
Oh my fuck, that's ridiculous. My brother-in-law is 6'4", and that's nearly like that's 6'4", 6'5", and he gets asked constantly. Like I actually stand next to him at stuff because I find it really funny when people just go, at all are you? And he'll go, 65. And they go, oh, did your mum put you in a grey bag? And he goes, yeah.
That's the other one.
And it's just constant. It's just funny.
Bet you had 3 shredded wheat.
Yeah, yeah. Who's next? Somebody else asked Mark a question.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Mark.
Go, James, go.
Mark. Who is Jeffrey?
Oh, right. Jeffrey is a real person. I had a message earlier who from someone who had obviously done their due diligence, read up on us, and Jeffrey is actually a surname. My business partner, his surname is Jeffries. And
that explains the spelling too.
The drinks is actually a true story. His grandfather, if you go onto the Jeffries Vintage Drinks website, the story is there, which is why I got messaged earlier to say, is that story true? Is it just made up? It's like genuinely 100% true. So Jeffries is the surname of my business partner.
Awesome. So we're on pop. What's your favourite non-alcoholic beverage?
Probably Coke. Coca-Cola. Full fat Coca-Cola. I don't have it very often anymore, but I really do enjoy it when I have a nice glass of ice cold
Coca-Cola or Coca-Cola?
Coca-Cola.
I'm lost. That was Coca-Cola.
Never mind.
And how did you get started with VT UK? Mark, how did that all come about?
I bribed Riyadh.
To leave.
No, that was Stuart's fault. Oh, did I say that? No, I don't know. I was invited onto a show, and then didn't leave.
That seems right. That's how we all get started.
So what you're saying is we'll see you next week.
Yeah, see you next week.
Suck it off. We're on time. He's chuffed. He can't believe they actually started on time.
But no, yeah, really enjoy it. Not as haven't got the followers you guys have got, but you know we have.
But Mark, it's kind of weird for you, really, because you kind of stepped in and then, oh, I'm really good. I'm not stepping on toes. I absolutely promise. But it always felt like you came onto VT UK and then you kind of took the reins.
Someone had to. It was going down the pan.
Well, yeah, but it's just the way you kind of.
It's full Sugar Babes now, isn't it? It's an entire new cast. It's original cast.
Yeah, we're trying to keep it fresh. You know, and by changing faces, you know, getting new ideas. Cass, those of you that don't watch the show, Cass has just joined us, and he's a bit of a reviewer and everything else, but he's very dry and sarcastic, and you know, we've got Chris, who's very bolshy and argumentative.
Like Chris Bolshy.
Chris Bolshy is the bullshit bastard. He fucking is. Chris is. I can't work out if you're being facetious or not.
I'm really not. I don't find Chris Bolshy at all.
Chris is a right character. We've then got Chandler, who's just
Chandler.
Sweetheart, isn't he?
He's an absolute legend. He's an absolute diamond. Who else have we got on the show? Me, Chandler. Yeah, that's it. You know, we miss Riyadh so much. He was just an absolute diamond. I think I started who left just before me?
Tom.
No, I was on with Tom.
Oh,
Tom.
yeah.
Oh wow.
Tom's what was his name?
Oh, James.
James, there we go. James Seaward. I think I took his spot.
Yeah.
I think I took his spot, but I've known James a long time, you know, and we're good friends.
Yeah, I always love every time I walk into a show, the first person I see is James.
Yeah.
Always, every single time.
Good lad.
And I also...
Well, you know what's really funny? That's totally stupid. We were talking about today. We've already talked about the fact that modders get on. We've talked about the fact that liquid manufacturers don't give a fuck. And from the get go, VT UK and the Ideal Home Show, there's never been a fucking no shit nothing. Sit in pubs and get twatted in London, Birmingham, and Shrewsbury. Just don't care. It's never been a thing.
The world's big enough. The world's big enough for everyone. It's
Absolutely.
Yeah. For sure.
Yes. Has anybody got any more questions for Mark? I feel
No, we need to slide into Travava ASAP.
Oh shit, we need to go to Travava. Oh, and please, Mark, join in with shouts of reach. It's fine.
Yeah. Are you ready, Ricky?
Reach. You better watch this.
I'm ready.
Let's do it.
Load them up, Rick, because we've got many Travavas of varying quality this week. Okay, let's go.
Alex T.
Let's do a speed Travava because we're 5 to 11. Here we go. This is from
Alex T. Brewer.
No, it's a reach.
Yeah, Alex Drew. What is it? We've got no idea. It looks a little bit of a vaping thing, though. Next one.
No.
Cool mech.
Flits.
Flitzy.
And pliers and wire.
Anti-corrosion.
It
Brilliant.
does, but it doesn't have enough paint on it to be flits.
Commodores. I remember Commodore 64. They were good.
This was a kind of little game. This was the proof of destruction pod. Commodore 64. Obviously, he searched this. Mastertronic. They led the way with Commodore 64 and Spectrum games. They were like 199. There was a big rack of them in the. Look at it. It's a bus tape. Next one. That's from Austin Green.
Bob Clark.
From Bob.
Very good.
This is a shop. I think it's a estate agent really close to him, and he walks past every day, and he's like, "I never even realised it was a Triumph Batava." He's one of our Triumph Batava.
It's not bad for Bob. It's all right.
It's not. Let's see the next one from Bob.
Another one from Bob.
He loves a dead rabbit, does Bob? He loves
the rabbit.
Fucking hell. But that's just the Google. No, it's the reach. It counts the reach. He Googled it. I loved it.
Well, these are everywhere, aren't they? I don't even know what the SV
We've had loads of these stop files, but
Is that where SD went to die?
this one looking a little bit like
Tombstone.
the
Nice
Safer
little
Vapors
patina on there.
after Ashley Buckley joined the admin. Sorry, Ashley.
in the coffin
Hashtag
on
not
the,
sorry. That's
I like
from this is from
Colonel Lewis Henry.
Cornell, yes.
You can't just draw it on the fan.
No, he gets that. That's good. Tay fun. Loved it.
Yeah, and it was one of them ones that was on it. I mean, this looks like this is it's off the telly, isn't it? It's off the telly.
Yeah, he was watching a film and it came up.
He's watching a film on. I recognise that he's watching a film on Amazon Prime because on Amazon Prime you get a little thing where it tells you who's on the screen at the time, and it's like IMDb and on who's on the screen at the time. It's pretty good. I like it.
Tay fun. It's good.
Dale Walker.
I didn't mind that.
Chubby
Really
unicorn.
mind at that. Chubby
I like the T-shirt.
It's a little bit of a doubler for me because, in my opinion, because you got the old chubby gorillas, but it's a chubby unicorns with the thing.
Yeah.
But really, it's a rhinoceros.
Not bad, that Dale.
It's good. I like this. Canny T-shirt as well, isn't it?
Damn good child.
I got nothing. Oh,
Blizzard.
yeah.
Blizzard.
Maybe
Yeah.
Blizzard. He's got his own hoodie there.
Yeah.
Things that remind you of Obies.
Yeah.
But always that vape, and then therefore,
Yeah.
by extension,
Vaping, so put it on the shore.
well, yeah.
Derry Murphy.
This is a good one because this is definitely a doubler.
Oh, yeah, it's got
Because you got Goonies. John loves the Goonies. He'd have
I
sex
do
with the
love
Goonies
the
if he could. And then you got Tree Fitty. It's 350. You got it's
350. But have you noticed where the
Well,
sticker
you've also
is?
got Goon.
It actually says Goon. Yeah.
look at that. It's Trebler. Derry Murphy. You win Try for Tarval this week. We haven't seen the rest of them. I don't need to see the rest of them.
And it says
He's
sex.
got another one here.
Derry Murphy, this one is rubbish. You don't win Try for Tarval anymore.
You
Take
lose
it
it
away
after
from you. You won it with Goonies and Goon and Tree Fitty, but it's gone now. Let's keep on going until we find someone that actually wins.
Eddie Subramani.
No, not
What's
this
it?
again.
Manium.
This is from Eddie, the beautiful Eddie. Lovely lad.
Subramanium.
Eddie, Subterranean Homesick Blues.
Subterraneum.
We've seen them before. We love a pod system. Next one.
James Hall.
This is crazy.
That is Dean. That is Dean.
It's crazy good, isn't it? That's really, really good. I love
really
this one. I really, really love this one. This is a It's spooky good. I mean, we've seen them before. We
That
go,
is
it's a man
copyright
with a beard.
infringement, that.
It looks like it's a bald man with a beard. It looks like Rick. No, look at that one. Looks just like the vaping biker. It
does, yeah.
Isn't it? Isn't it? It's close. It's damn close. Next one is Jason Coppinger.
Jason Coppinger.
We're a couple from him. It's the same one. It's mouth to lungs, scaffold limit. But I like this one because I think he's took these pictures himself. I like him.
He's from down your way, isn't he?
He is. He's local. He's local as you like.
Yeah.
And he's a canny lad. He's a canny lad. Next one.
Jay Hainan.
Jay. This is a try of but John Martin like.
Is that a Black John?
This is.
I did like that. I showed it to my wife, and Mrs. John said, "Yeah, that's you. Get your hair cut."
Next one. This one's from Johan K. Armstrong.
0 milligram,
0 milligram Diet Coke. Okay.
0 milligram. He did a few. He did a few this week. Next one is again from him. The Skyfall.
Nah.
It says Skyfall. Remind him of Vaping John. How are you? And then we've got Darwin mods.
That doesn't count. That doesn't count.
Why doesn't it count?
Because that is the
Darwin logo.
You know how it works. Remind him of Vaping. We'll put it on the show. You know it works. You know it works. Don't remind him of Vaping.
Kevin Watts.
Strawberry Fields from Kevin Watts.
Strawberry Fields.
That's busy, that spot, isn't it?
I like it.
Christian Holmes.
It's dogging. That's what it is.
Oh, it's a stainless steel butt plug.
That's what we all said. It is. Somebody thought that was the Mark II arse intruder.
It's a well-used stainless steel butt plug.
But
yeah, I've seen a few.
It's the Mark III. It's definitely a Mark III because of the grooves on the handle.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you wouldn't need to be reaching with that.
No.
The depth gauge, an anal depth gauge. Lyndon Wright.
That is a reach. It's meant to be.
What is it?
It's fizz.
It's fizz.
Oh, he's a ginger bloke with a beard.
What are they actually on about here?
No idea.
Is it bad? Is a dog toothbrush bad or good? I can't tell from this.
Dog toothpaste.
You don't need to brush a dog's teeth. It's meant.
Oh right, is that what they're saying?
Give them those biscuits, don't you? That. Yeah,
I don't care. It's called My Fur Baby, so they're obviously a fucking moron.
Martin Vickery.
This from Martin. This is.
You need a bigger boat.
Carry the fuck on.
No.
What the fuck's this he got to do with vaping then?
Because last week we had Benjamin on and
Benji.
That's a reason.
It does look a bit like Benji.
It does look a bit like. I mean, don't get us wrong. It's not like that beer and the vaping biker, but it's not bad. It's not bad.
It's bollocks.
Next one.
Nico Kalogias.
Not bad. I'll give him that. That is a pod.
It's almost identical to that Aspire.
That's quite a good one. Yeah, I like this one.
It's really similar. It's a good one. It's a good one. Say €20. Look at that, man. No, let's go on to them. Next one.
Paula JK.
I like that.
From me and
I liked my comment. I said,
shut up, John. No, John.
Or James, we call him.
It didn't make any sense, John. It didn't make any sense. You said it. You know what? And I did like a frowny face. Frowny face got more likes than your comment, John. I like them apples.
Anyway.
Next one. Paul Sanders. Saunders.
That's that's like one of Jimmy's.
That is a good little pod one, isn't it? Yeah.
No,
it's not bad. It's Julie. It's a bit Julie.
Yeah.
Julie knew her killer. That's what that is.
Peter M's Sabo.
I didn't mind that.
It's quite good, this one.
It's a little vaping bird. Look at that little vaping
It's a vaping tit.
Look at that.
It's a vaping tit.
We all know a vaping tit, don't we?
I did a funny comment on this one.
What was your funny comment?
I put great tit pick.
Oh, we are such wags on this show. Wags on this show. I don't know why we don't get more viewers. I really don't. Next one.
Sam Antonia.
We're a hoot.
We're a hoot. Sam Antonia.
What?
This?
No.
Armadillo.
Oh, armadillo.
Armadillo. Yeah.
Crunchy on the outside, smooth in the middle.
No, soft, isn't it? Chewy.
Nice. And then the last one is from Sarah Will. And it's
Pertwee.
it's a couple of canny Doctor Who
It's
ones.
from Wurzel Gummidge, isn't it?
Is that Billy Piper?
No, this was my Doctor Who at the time. Him and Tom Baker were my childhood Doctor Who's.
Yeah, but down at the bottom, Richard's right. It's Billy Piper.
That is, yeah.
Goes like the clappers, she does.
He's got hold of one big old. That ain't a vape device, I can tell you.
It goes bzzz.
That sonic screwdriver in your pocket.
Yeah.
We're at 2 hours and 5 minutes.
Or are you just flicking the bean?
And that is the end of this week's Try of Batava. Remember, it's things that remind you of vaping, but they're not really vaping at all.
Okay. I'm going to quickly jump through
Oh, Shredder, we need to Shredder.
Blender. Thank you, Shredder, not Blender.
Cancel whatever plans you had for tomorrow.
Although, I think 1 week we will try Blender just to see what the fuck happens.
That'd be good.
But no conversation, no questions, no fuck all, just left to right.
Yep, and we're going to chat with this.
36 milligram Salt Neck Liars.
That gets my vote.
Yeah, that's one of them.
We have the most useless thing in vaping, the beauty ring.
Bollocks!
Ooh, that's controversial. That's
Yeah.
I
controversial.
found one with tiny little
That
pink
would get
stones on it.
that would be second for me.
The only reason anyone needs a beauty ring is if they buy 14 mil Atties and they want to make them look like 22 mil Atties. They should just buy a 22 mil Attie in the first place.
What is going on with this show? What is going on with this show? When did we become this? When did we become this? I can't believe this is unbelievable.
18 350s, for fuck's sake.
Good grief.
All of them.
It is not 1993. Can we just get on with the real battery?
Let's all just have ginormous. Let's just have ginormous ones, and let's just all let's have the massive. Let's have the massive.
We've got
Chat,
salts.
you vote while I get everyone else to
We've
vote.
got
So,
salts, Nick Salt Liars.
Chat, come on, chat.
36 milligrams salt. Beauty rig 3, 1.
What are you choosing? Let's go through. Next, left to right. Who's choosing?
okay. James,
James.
We're throwing it to
Salts.
chat.
Oh, wait, with chucked it.
The lion salts, obviously the lion salt. Everybody's going to vote for the lion salts. It's only 20 milligram. It's not 36 milligram. Put it in there. Beauty rings are good. 18350s are good. They used to be crap. They get 1200 more now. The 1200 more, they're good. You can get them down to like.
John, your opinion, John.
It's anyway in chat and from me, it's 36 milligram bullshit. It's 20 milligram.
Oh, okay. So the liars are in the lead. Mark,
36 milligram beauty
I'm
ring.
voting for the liars. Rick,
We're getting a few in for all three. We've got
Me
three.
is,
for all
me is
three.
Nick Salt Liar. Obviously,
Ooh.
Nick Salt Liars. But I also think beauty rings should be thrown in the fucking.
Oh, you crazy.
Rich,
If you ain't buying good looking atomizers that you want to show off, then fucking buy one that looks nice. You don't need that ring.
It's, you put a 14 million at your kid. There is no 14 milli mods. There is no 14 milli mods.
Why do you need a beauty ring? Does it make it work better?
It transitions nicely, Rick. It transitions.
It transitions nicely from anything going straight up, doesn't it? So
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. You want something. You want something to transit. That's the whole point of transition.
I'm calling them Batty Boy rings.
Rich, you're up next. Batty Boy rings.
I will say,
If it was just me, I'd say 18350s. I literally think they should be abolished. It's actually at the point where they're dangerous to use in vaping now. They really are. But I think we should go with chat, who are saying Nick Salt.
Yeah, Nick Salt Liar, definitely.
Yes, you asked for it, and you will get it. 36 milligram Salt Liars. Go in the shredder.
Something very satisfying about this.
Oh, yes. Shred the lie. Destroy the lie. Dispel the myth. There is no 36 milligram. It's a lie.
I don't have a problem with beauty rings. I'll throw that out there.
No, I don't really either. They just fuck up 5'10" lengths and things, don't they?
Yes.
So I'm
Well,
fine.
good. But if your 5'10's a little bit too long on your mod, they're perfect.
Make them the right size, it'd be fine, yeah.
Well, so you can also spring load your 510 if you want.
It's not a 5'10 if it's not 5.
No, it's not. It's actually only a 5.8 nowadays anyway. It's a
I think
5.8.
well, I think we're 2 hours 10 minutes.
What about Mod
basically.
Showcase?
Oh, Mod Showcase, go.
Well, we've got time, have we? Been yapping too
Yeah.
We
much.
need it. You're back, Rick.
We need it.
Okay, then.
We're already running late. Let's do it in style.
Yeah. Cheapest alarm, etc., etc.
Okay, it's that time of the week again. Time of the month again, should I say? Oh, I shouldn't really say that, should I? It's a bit sexist.
We've got to give James kudos for.
It's that time of the month again where we do Mod Showcase of the month. And got a few people to show you this week, actually. I've got 2 mods by one guy, and I'm just going to run through them. We've got Aldin Alec first up. He made this mod. And you've seen it before, probably, the same sort of thing. But
It's
I
really
think
well
it's
done.
very nice.
It's well done.
I like that.
So yeah, Aldin Alec made this one. And I think that's a different one, actually. Or it's...
That's it on the side. No, it's the same one, isn't
Oh, no, that is the same one.
it? It's nice.
Yeah, like the look of that. So I thought I'd show you that one as it's
Oh, it's a dual.
Yeah.
Probably serious about it.
he's doing some good stuff over there. So that's Aldin Alec. Next up we've got Alex T. Brewer. Or Breuer. I can't pronounce it. Breuer. Is it French or something?
I'm going to go with that. Go with that, Rick. That's fine.
Well, he's got 2 mods to show. Loads of pictures from him. It's 2 different mods.
I
And
like
this is an odd one. You say you like it.
that. Oh, yeah.
Let's wait though. Do you like it now?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, it's different. I'll give you that.
I like it.
It's
I
very
like that.
different.
It's different.
Yeah, it's good to see something different. I don't know if I like it really.
Wouldn't
though.
work with a. Oh God, I don't know. Because you're going
I
to
like
with
that.
an
That's a
RDA on top. You're going to be really low to the.
It's definitely different, and I like different. So
Your
I
thumb's
suppose
going to
I
be
like
in your
it.
ear.
Yeah, that's his first one, but he did another one that he posted up this week, and that's this one.
That's nice.
Got some nice shapes going on, hasn't
Yeah,
he?
that's nice.
He's changing things up a bit.
Yes. I got it to join in with Dub Smash the other week, and it was great.
Mm. But yeah, that's Alex T. Brewer.
Very good. Very good. Very good.
Yeah, nice. Nice.
Next up,
Right.
James Hall. James Hall has made a pipe. And it's a simple
Ooh.
thing, but I like it.
I love the coin as a button thing.
That's
Yeah,
a
that's
great
cool.
idea. Yeah.
Yeah, it got a nice old penny as a button, and it's simple, but it works, you know.
Yeah.
Looks like he's got some sort of switch fet or something going on. I'm not sure what that is. It must be a round firing board anyway.
Nice.
So yeah, that's James Hall. He made that.
Oh, it's got a kick.
Hmm?
Looks like it's got a kick.
It's a round board, isn't it? But I don't suppose it's a
it's-
kick.
It's not a kick. It's not got the satellite connection, so it's not.
Nah. They were blue as well, I think, the kick, weren't they? Next up, we've all seen these mods before, but I just wanted to show this one from Mr. Dacus from Abstract because he started making his own block, and this is the first block he'd made and turned into a mod.
I'm so tough with Mike with doing his own
It's
blog.
cool.
Yeah, so he's swirling some acrylic around, making some blocks, and getting on with the job. So yeah,
I'm doing his own battery covers as well.
yeah. I've got to show Mike stuff off because he was so. I saw him. I went out with lunch with him yesterday, and before we went out, he brought down a box of cookies from Emma. So I'm going to have to say thank you to Emma as well. So we got well, I would say the Dacus family, but he's not married to her. But we got Emma's cookies.
Lovely.
So thank you, Emma.
Apparently, there's like 6 colours or something hidden in that particular block.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's got
Believe it.
purple and blues and all pearlescent and green and white. Yeah, lots going on there.
Yeah, Bonnie.
And finally, last one. I can never pronounce his name. I will have a go. Veselin Georgiev.
That'll do.
Yeah. Wow.
He made this. And it's a 21700 mod.
Love it. I like that. I like the little that arty on the side on top would look fucking amazing.
Yeah, it's a good match, isn't it? A really good match.
And I just think it's a tidy little mod for what it's got in it, really.
Yeah, it is. I like that.
It looks like he might actually have I'd hazard a guess, and I'm really hopeful, but he looks like he might have one of my click vets because he's got a little hole there for a LED
little light.
shot.
Yeah, it looks like it, doesn't it?
So he's got a board that's got LEDs on it anyway. So that was that's Veselin Georgiev, and I think that's very, very nice indeed. And that is the end of Mod Showcase for the month.
Fantastic.
Beautiful.
If you like what you saw, get yourself onto
Matt
Facebook.
English has just said you didn't say how old they all were.
Oh, I didn't, did I? They're all minors anyway. I know that much.
They're all minors.
How old are they?
There's no one older than 13 there.
No.
The one
4,
thing I
6, 7, and 12.
did absolutely realise that I totally forgot to say, which is quite bad. But Jeffrey's Vintage Vape is now at just nick.co.uk. We've got 6 flavours. They're in kits and concentrates. If you want to go over and get yourself some kits or concentrates.
Yeah, but everyone's gone to bed now, John. Because we're on. Because we've been on.
Pick out their watch it tomorrow when they're supposed to be working. You're supposed to be working, but they'll watch it.
Right, that's definitely it then. We're wrapping up. Thank you very much for watching the Ideal Home Show. As John said, you can now get Jeffrey's Vintage Juice from justadnick.co.uk. Go check it out. Amazing flavours.
And thank you very much, Mark, for coming on tonight.
Thanks to Mark coming on.
Yeah, Mark,
everybody check out VT UK. It's a live show on a Tuesday, and it's very, very good. Go and check it out.
Second best vape show in the UK, I reckon.
I reckon we're second, and that's third. But it's definitely worth a watch.
It definitely is.
Definitely is worth a watch. So do go check that out.
Top 3 is still good, isn't it? Top 3 is still good.
Very good. Yeah, it's a tough competition.
I reckon.
Yeah, so that's been tonight's show. We'll see you next Thursday.
See you next Thursday.
Ta-da.
Bye.
Cheerio. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe.
Smash that like button.
Like and
Smash it.
subscribe.
Smash it. Destroy it.
Smash it. Yeah, just why not?
It's just there. It's just there. Smash it. Like button.
Why not like and subscribe?
Bastard.
Bye.
All right.
Bye.